Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for September 9, 2019. Today we're taking a look at the USDCAD, the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar for today's trade analysis. Of course, we are here on a Monday morning, early on a Monday morning, so there is still a lot of potential as we go through this week of a change in market sentiment or behavior. But let's take a look at what's been happening and what we might expect to happen on this currency pair. Of course, in the past several weeks, couple of months really, we go back into July, we've seen two different phases here. We see the red trend line, the rising trend starting back here in mid-July, rising trend pushing all the way from the 1.3025 level all the way up, challenging the 1.337080 level, the blue zone at the top of the red trend line. So pretty decent uptrend there. Then in the past week or so, we've seen a change in the sentiment behavior here for this currency pair as we saw a significant fall, pushing lower one day, almost going from 133.40 down underneath 132.40, 100 pip drop there, challenged underneath that yellow zone as resistance last week, and then continued to fall today into the next support, which is 1.315040, the green zone here. Let's talk about that green zone for a moment, 315040, where the current market is holding as support. You go back in time, the black circles I have drawn here on the chart show historical support, actual, factual, statistical support here into that green zone. You can see it right here, 4 days, finding support for continuing the rising trend. All the way back far left-hand side of the chart, you see support for multiple days, about a week or so, holding support there, and a significant rally and rise there for the dollar CAD. Interesting here also, the blue circle shows resistance. So if you're wondering why these colored shaded areas are here on my chart, this is a good clue to that. It shows areas of consistent historical trading decisions by the market, sometimes buying, sometimes selling. So the black circles represent the market buying around that green shaded area. The blue circle represents a time when the market was selling around that green shaded area. So there's a consistent area of market behavior. So here the market comes today, challenging right into that 131.50, 1.3140 level again. So we know historically, if it stays on top of that green zone, there's a good chance we find support. And of course, the other side of that is if it breaks through the green zone, we would look for the continuation of the downtrend. So we've already started to formulate a plan here for the dollar CAD just by looking at it in that fashion. Zoom in one time and you can see that a little bit better. Sitting on top of it, support, breaking through it, we look for continuation. So the first easy trading decision for me today is I'm going to hesitate to sell or go short dollar CAD on top of that green shaded area because there's a possibility of support and a bounce back up to the pink zone or higher. So I don't want to sell right now. The only reason I would sell or go short dollar CAD is maybe we look for a rebound back into resistance, pink zone, or as mentioned already, breaks through the green zone. Something else here at this green zone, taking the Fibonacci tool and measuring from the bottom to top of the red trend line, puts the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, that boundary of potential support based on the Fibonacci sequence, right at 1.3155. That's right on top of our green zone. So we are currently sitting on top of what the green zone, which we know is historical support and resistance, blue circle resistance, and we're sitting on top of the 618 Fibonacci retracement level. So there's a good possibility of support here for the dollar CAD. So again, the first real easy answer is probably don't want to sell right now on top of that significant boundary of Fibonacci and support. Breaking through it, maybe an opportunity to go short, but the other opportunity could be for a little bit of a bounce. There is the chance that it finds support here over the next day or so and bounces back up. So that could be an intraday opportunity for us for a little bit of a bounce. We'll watch for price action. It indicates support and reversal. Take it down to the 4-hour time frame. Really doesn't change any of that. Just gives us a little bit of a different vantage point to the price action. Again, I don't think there's any good reason to buy it right now, but that's something that we might consider if support develops around this green zone. And a good example of that happened right here when it was coming down, found support at the pink zone for a little bit, bounced back to the yellow zone before resuming the downtrend. So that's a similar scenario that we'd be looking for down here at the green zone today for the dollar CAD.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.